And at this time, I would like to introduce the Dean of the School of Global Studies and Partnerships, Dr. Kluver.
Thank you. Thank you, Janet. Thanks to all of you who are here today. I especially want to recognize the Honorable Wes Watkins and his wife, the lovely Regent, Ms. Lou Watkins, for all the family members, the faculty who have played such an important role in our students' lives. I thank you for being here. I particularly want to recognize the distinguished faculty members, the Humphreys chairs. Several of the faculty who have assisted closely with our students this year are up here on the stage, but others are in the audience. We're very, very grateful for your presence here today. I'm delighted to be here. This is my second time to officiate one of these ceremonies, and it's a delight to be here. The School of Global Studies and Partnerships at Oklahoma State University is dedicated to preparing students for a global future, a challenging future, a future where our problems are global and our solutions are global. And we're very, very grateful for these students who have invested their lives here. We're grateful to their parents who have invested their fortunes here, and all of the investments that have happened. Particularly for our students, it's very good to see you. When you began this program, it was the School of International Studies. When you finish, it's the School of Global Studies. And that change reflects not just the university's commitment to moving the program forward, but it also reflects a change in our understanding of the world. And international education is one that really can sometimes just be binational. It has a more limited perspective. But a global perspective takes into account not just the whole globe, but really the complexity of the global problems. And so we're grateful that you're here. We want to offer our sincerest congratulations in your accomplishments and all that you've done. So my job is really to get out of the way, and I would like to introduce to you for a few remarks the new Director of Academic Programs for the School of Global Studies and Partnerships. Dr. Jamie Fullerton is the Director of Academic Programs, and she holds the rank of Professor in the School of Media and Strategic Communications. She also holds the Peggy Lehman Welch Endowed Chair in Strategic Communications. Dr. Fullerton earned her doctorate from the University of North Texas. Before she entered academia, she actually worked in the advertising industry, where she directed the marketing and advertising functions for several national restaurant chains. Now you might think, what does that have to do with global studies? Well, I will tell you. Dr. Fullerton is also a prolific researcher in the area of public diplomacy and the ways in which nations brand themselves, the ways in which peoples come to know each other through communication and through other mechanisms. She looks at the issues of public diplomacy and advertising education. She's published many studies on international advertising in national and international journals, including some of the biggest journals in the field. In 2007, the Association of Women in Communications honored Dr. Fullerton with their National Headliner Award, and in 2008, she was named a Tulsa Newsmaker. In 2009, the American Academy of Advertising recognized Dr. Fullerton's advertising education research with the distinguished Billy I. Ross Award. She's currently the editor of Journalism and Mass Communication Educator, and previously co-editor of the Journal of Advertising Education. I've been at Oklahoma State for about 9 months, and one of the things that I came to Oklahoma State to do is really to think about how do we modernize our curriculum, how do we move our program forward. And as I interacted with people around campus, one of the questions I asked is, who is there on campus who really would bring a vision, energy, enthusiasm, and really a commitment to bringing our curriculum forward? And one of the names that was suggested to me was Dr. Fullerton. She joined us in January as a faculty fellow to help us look at our curriculum, and since then she's done a fantastic job. All of our students have gotten to know her very well, and I'm pleased that she has decided to join us as the permanent director of the academic programs for the School of Global Studies. So please, Dr. Fullerton.
Thank you.
I've known Dr. Kluver about 9 months. I've never heard him say so many nice things. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. I know. No, I'm teasing. It's been an absolute joy to be here in this school, which is now a college, and one that is near and dear to me, and I appreciate those kind words. Okay, so I wrote a few remarks. My husband said I should tell jokes, but I'm going to spare you that, and I'm actually going to read a few things that have been on my mind. First of all, I wanted to say how happy I am to be with you, and it's a wonderful day, right? You're finishing up your master's degree in international studies, and you're about to embark on life in the real world. And I'm so pleased that I've been asked to be your main speaker. We decided this afternoon, from now on, we're going to have like famous people talk, so this will be it for me. But I am very thrilled to be here. You started out in what we called the School of International Studies and Outreach, and now you're finishing up in the School of Global Studies and Partnerships. So I know there's been a lot of change and adjustment during your time here, but we were so happy to have you with us. I'm so pleased to be here with you in the Wes Watkins Center on the OU campus, our little international corner named for Congressman Watkins, a building that's committed to helping others around the world who are less fortunate. And I just love coming to work here every single day. And I thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Watkins, for inspiring us toward a goal of international service every day that we're here. I'm here tonight to share with you some thoughts before we're all hooded and we walk across the street to historic Gallagher-Iba Arena. I've only said that 1,000,000 times in my life. Gallagher-Iba Arena, and you officially graduate from OSU. Even though this is my first semester in the School of International Studies, it's not my first year at OSU, as Dr. Kluver mentioned. This actually marks my 20th year, and I've been teaching and doing research here at OSU. This has been a wonderful second half of a long career, which he's already gone over, but I started out in corporate marketing, transitioned through faculty member, professor, researcher, writer, and now administrator. That's been a real experience and one that I really have enjoyed. And I'm thrilled to be here with you now, and I want to acknowledge my colleagues up on the second floor that did such a beautiful job this evening, Elizabeth and Janet, of course, and I also want to thank Dean Kluver for giving me this opportunity. So, I always love this time of year. Maybe it's because school's out. May's a great time. The weather's warm, the flowers are blooming. My favorite pastime, baseball, is in full swing, pardon the pun. And I had a birthday last week, so this is like my favorite time of year. I also love it because it's graduation. I heard someone say once, and I think about it often, that being a professor is like being a farmer. And I think that's a good analogy when you're at OSU. There's this rhythm to your life. Students come in the fall, you work and plant seeds, you teach and you nurture them, you watch them grow. Then May comes and you harvest. In May, you're finished. Whether you're done or not, you send the newly developed graduates out into the world to serve. You put the tools back in the barn. You take a break for a few months. And then you start over in the fall with a fresh new crop of students. And I really have come to love that rhythm over the last 20 years. So commencement is my favorite time of year, especially May commencement. It always kind of bothered me that commencement means end. I asked one of the Spanish speakers what the word for commencement means beginning, not end. And I asked them what the word was for beginning, and they said something that sounded like commencement. And so we know that this is not the end of the academic journey, but it's the beginning for the students of their new life, their personal paths towards a career. So we talk about commencement not as the end, but as the beginning. Perhaps you're wondering why we're all dressed in these silly outfits, and I thought I'd mention, just for those of you who don't know, these gowns are actually medieval attire, and they help us celebrate the rituals and traditions of academe. Students around the world who are graduating from high school, college, even kindercare. I saw these little kids with cap and gown on graduating from kindergarten. They're all marching into auditoriums with the music, pomp and circumstance that was played, and they have to listen to boring graduation speakers like me. This is happening all over the country right now. But graduation is a rite of passage, and for those who don't know the background to this tradition, these gowns actually go back to the medieval monks of Europe. And in the ancient universities of Europe, which were mostly in stone churches, it was quite cold. So these long robes and hats were quite appropriate. They're not so appropriate in 100-degree weather in Oklahoma, but we wear the gowns nonetheless. So the funny hats that we're wearing are called mortar boards because they resemble a tool a bricklayer uses, holds, to put mortar and lay bricks. The mortar board consists of that flat board and is attached to a skull cap, and the tassel is buttoned to the center. Now, because the monks of medieval Europe were all shaved bald, these little skull caps worked really well. It is a total fashion faux pas for me with my hair, but I wear them nonetheless. I'm not going to shave my head for this moment, but you all look lovely in your mortar boards tonight. Most of you are familiar with the cap and gown, but because you probably wore one at your own graduation, but you may have noticed today that ours are a bit fancier, so I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the colors. They're more colorful because we've earned graduate degrees, and the master's gown is quite unique. It extends beyond their hands, and there's a hole in the middle, actually, that their arms go through. Now, my doctoral gown is bell-shaped, and I have 3 velvet stripes on each arm. Dr. Kluver's scarlet red robe is not because he went to OU, even though he did. I wasn't supposed to say that. But anyway, it's from USC, so oftentimes the gowns reflect the schools from which we've graduated. And what looks like a collar that streams down our back are actually what we call hoods. And we're going to hood you in a moment. These hoods in ancient times were actually attached to the gowns, and the students would draw them up over their heads to keep them warm. And then the square hats sort of made a shelter so that the hoods didn't get in their faces and they could still see out. But the hoods have special symbolism. They have your school colors in satin, the black and orange, and then the gold represents the Master of Science. I have blue for the Doctor of Philosophy. Most of us PhDs have blue. So that's what the gowns mean, and so we don't just dress up for silly reasons. They all have symbols that go back thousands, literally thousands of years. So I'm about to finish this up. I just want to say that you're a special group of students, and I appreciate that you've shared with me what I call a small world moment. The small world moment, you've all had them, I'm sure, if you're into international stuff. It's that moment when you're interacting with someone from another country or culture and you realize what magical and wonderful things can be accomplished when people from different lands come together and decide to work on problems. You know what some people call people-to-people diplomacy that can only happen when you're sharing with someone from another country, maybe over a meal or a ball game or a shopping trip. You know what I mean when I say a small world moment? It's like at Disneyland when you realize this big world is really a small world after all. And I think we've all had that experience since you've been here. I want to thank you for these moments, and I want to congratulate you on your degrees that will be conferred tonight. I want to acknowledge your perseverance and your stick-to-itiveness, especially those of you who came from other countries to study with us at OSU. You overcame language barriers, cultural customs, unfamiliar food, and of course the ever-growing impossible U.S. visa program. You studied hard inside and outside the classroom. I also want to congratulate the other half of our class who are from the United States and who acknowledge the importance of understanding the larger world and how we're all connected. I want to congratulate you all for getting out of your comfort zone and coming to study international studies, meet new people, and learn to view the world through a non-U.S. centric lens. More specifically, I want to thank you for what I've learned and acknowledge how your studies will not only benefit your lives, but the lives of others. For example, from you, Zvana, I learned about public policy that affects the intellectually disabled in Peru. And from Carmina, I learned about strategies for building and marketing a state-of-the-art School of Global Studies. And from Jaiwo, we know more about entrepreneurship in China. And from Ashley, another girl from Oklahoma just like me, we learned about international nonprofits like the one she worked in the Czech Republic. It's you, the master's candidates from the School of Global Studies, and others like you that will guide us forward into this uncertain future. As inhabitants of planet Earth, we're going to encounter problems that are bigger than single countries. Things like environmental sustainability, terrorism, unidentified scary global media systems, high-tech products and weapons, and politicians and publics that are retreating into their own borders, despite the irreversible reality that the world is interconnected and there really is no going back. This is the world we face, and you will be prepared to make it better. You will lead us because you've learned how to solve world problems in a practical way at OSU and how to think about solutions that are good for all global citizens. Dean Kluver often says your degree in global studies at OSU is a global studies degree for a land-grant university. You are world-class problem solvers. So I send you from this place of learning out into the world of doing. So go, do good, you're well-trained, have confidence. There's a heap of problems out there for you to solve. We're proud of you. Come back, give us your money and your wisdom, so we can train more like you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Congratulations to the graduates.
Savannah, right?
Now I'd like to introduce Savannah Torrico. Please come up.
Okay. Good afternoon, Congressman Watkins, Dean Kluver, family, faculty, friends, moms, dad, and class of 2010. We made it. I want to share a personal feeling with you this afternoon. A day like today, 6 years ago, my grandmother, the strongest woman I've ever known, passed away after battling against cancer for 12 years. Now, finally, May 11th has a different meaning for me and my whole family. I am grateful for the past 2 years. When I first stepped into this building, I wasn't who I am today. I have grown so much and learned a tremendous amount in only 4 semesters. I feel so empowered by the knowledge I have acquired while at OSU. And I know that these will be essential tools that will help us accomplish professional and personal goals. Let's also take a moment to appreciate Oklahoma State University, a beautiful and diverse bubble full of so many incredible opportunities and the most wonderful people from all over the world, like all of you. Fellow graduates, we all come from different places and we have different stories, but our paths have collided here at the School of Global Studies and Partnerships, where we walked probably scared and enthusiastic into our first grad school class. That day, we didn't know that we would not only learn from our professors, but also from each other. Our cultures, our views on life, we started looking at the world with a different global lens. We enriched our experience just by being friends. It is also important to reflect on the factors that led us to this moment of success and celebration. Back in the late 90s, I was a little girl in Lima, Peru, with big and at times crazy dreams. But my mother and my father never told me I was crazy or that my dreams were too big. They always believed in me, they supported me and my choices through thick and thin. But most importantly, they told me that I could accomplish whatever I dreamt of, but only if I was disciplined, because discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. and only if I was kind to others that I encounter in life. So thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for making me who I am today. Also, I want to take this opportunity to thank my little brother, who is not here today. But I want to thank him because he's my biggest critic, definitely, and my most important responsibility. I want to thank him so much for looking up to me because he makes me want to be better every day. But today, it's a bittersweet moment. A stage of our lives is ending. Now, onto the real world. And at times, life will get hard and we won't know what to do or where to go. Dear class of 2018, at those moments, be patient. Don't forget that patience is a bitter tree that gives sweet fruits. At those times, please believe in yourselves and what you are capable of doing. When you feel sad, dig deep into your hearts and you will find joy. And please, know that you can always look my way and you will find a friend. May all your dreams come true. May you be successful and pursue your higher purpose in life. May you make the world a better place with the knowledge you now have. But most importantly, may you always live a wonderful life, full of happiness and love. Those are my wishes for you, friends. And as Paulo Coelho, one of my favorite authors, said, "The world lies in the hands of those who have the courage to dream and who take the risk to live out their dreams." Thank you, and go Pokes!
That was wonderful. And it was also a great way to lead into our next segment. Dr. Fullerton?
Yes. Well, first I need to apologize to Savannah because I didn't tell you she's the president of our SAGA group, which stands for, I always call it SAGA, so I have to look, Student Association of Global Affairs. So that is why we selected Savannah to speak today. And she's done a fabulous job. She's also worked here as a graduate assistant in the school. We have one other student we'd like to recognize this evening. We had to pick among all of these great students one particular student who we would present the Outstanding Student Award. And it wasn't easy. But we finally decided that we wanted to choose this person. She is passionate for serving people and came into our program with little international experience, but with a drive to learn more and serve. Her focus area was human development, society, and education. She has a Bachelor of Arts from Sterling College. She's president of Sigma Iota Rho, an honorary organization in international relations. She has a graduate certificate, or will this evening, in nonprofit management. I mentioned her earlier, she did her internship last summer in the Czech Republic and is the recipient of the Wes and Lou Watkins Matthew 2540 Service Scholarship and the James Romas Graduate Distinguished Fellowship. She worked as a graduate assistant. We see her every day with her smiling face as I go get my coffee, and she's always way more enthusiastic about being here than I am. She serves as a volunteer and assistant softball coach at Langston University, where I think her father is employed since August 2014. Ashley Bell is our outstanding student.
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, it's hard to see.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. You have bling for your new office. Okay, let me hear this. Okay, are we ready to start?
Okay, congratulations. And now, if our graduates will please rise and back up. So, yeah, walk back that way. And we'll start with our hooding ceremony. Wonderful. Our first graduate is Ashley Bell. Yeah.
Thank you.
She'll be hooded by Dr. Waters. It's okay. It's completely fine. Our next graduate is Trisha Chaparella Ionsi. And she will be hooded by Dr. Fullerton. Congratulations, Trisha. Our next graduate is Jiwook Jang. He will also be hooded by Dr. Waters. Our next graduate is Brian Pinedo Ramos, and he will be hooded by Dr. Joplin. Our next graduate is Zevana Sablich Torrico. Oh, yes, hooded by Dr. Townsend Bell. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Carmina Claolini Pinal, hooded by Dr. Sagar Naga. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Maria Yarosh, and she will be hooded by Dr. Fullerton. And our next graduate, last but definitely not least, is Ling Yip, also hooded by Dr. Fullerton. Congratulations. And let's give a final round of applause to all of our graduates. Congratulations to all of you. It's been a pleasure working with you. Thank you to all of our guests, family members, friends who've let the students be in my life for the last couple of years. Thank you for sharing them with us. They're very special and dear to us, and so I just send my thanks to you all and my congratulations to our graduates. And now for our closing remarks, Dr. Kluver.
Thank you, Janet. We're very excited to send the 8 of you out to join the 550 other graduates of our program. As Dr. Fullerton said, we really do think that we're training global problem solvers and those who can understand problems, solve them. We're very, very proud of you, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future. We have one more formal event we would like to do. As you know, you've spent the last 2 years coming in and out of the Wes Watkins building. This building is only part of the legacy of the Honorable Wes Watkins, who served for 2 separate periods as U.S. Congressman from Oklahoma for many, many years. I think it was something like 16, 20 years, something like that. Congressman Watkins has become a great friend of mine while I've been here, and his legacy is much, much more than this building. As I've come to know Congressman Watkins, there are 2 things that come up in every conversation we have, and you've heard these. Number 1 is trade. He very much is a believer in global trade, and he thinks many of the problems, and I share this conviction with him, many of our problems would be better addressed with more healthy trade relationships and building that up. The second thing is a tremendous concern for the poor, for the developing world. And those 2 themes penetrate everything that we do in this building. And we hope that you have picked those up as you've been here. So as our final act, I would like to invite Congressman Watkins to join us here, where he would like to present each of the graduates a copy of his book exploring these themes. Congressman Watkins, please join us. Do you want them up here, up there, or where? Well, if you take them down there.
I'll take them right down there. You'll bring those with you?
I'm just here to help.
It'll take me 10 minutes for each one of them. I gotta get them. The title of my blog is Making Things Better. And truly, the world's a better place because you come our way. And thank you for being here.
Thank you very, very much, Congressman Watkins. It's really a privilege for us to spend our time here. I come to this building every day, and in a building named after a man who's given his life and has dedicated his career to making the state of Oklahoma better, making the United States better, and making the world a better place. And as he said, the title of his book is Making Things Better, and that really underlies what our passion is. So I hope each of you have a chance to take a picture with Congressman Watkins before the evening is over. Again, congratulations on the very hard work. You are now commencing the really important part of your career. We look forward to hearing from you. Stay in touch with us. Let us know how things are going and how we can continue to train up students to follow in your footsteps. Thank you all for being here. Good night.
It's over, yeah. Yeah, everyone, we have food left and help yourselves. If graduates want to come take pictures up here or use our backdrop, feel free to do so. And then here in about 30 minutes, I'll remind you all if you want to go over to Gallagher-Iba that it's time to go. So I won't let you forget if you want to go over there as well. Congratulations.